Greetings and welcome to another episode of Creative Consulting Dreams Inspirational Talk Show. I'm your host, Beverly Brown, and I just want to say thank you for joining in, whether you're joining me in on YouTube, Instagram, wherever you might see this show. Hopefully it'll be an international show one day. So Creative Consulting Dreams Inspirational Talk Show is talking to everyday people about their goals, their dreams, their vision, what it is that they're doing in life. But mainly we also want to discuss the obstacles that they faced to get to where they are. And that's in order to impress somebody that I know is watching that just may look at this show and say, you know what? Look at what that person went through. It was something similar to what I did, and you know what? I can get over it too if they did too. So it's just to encourage you to be the person that you are and wake up and do your dreams at the same time. And today I have a phenomenal young lady. Oh my goodness, we met. I've seen her over a few years now, and you know what? She just shines every time I see her. And when I talk to her, I just told her, I said, you know what? The more I learned about her, the more I knew I needed to have you on the show. So I want to introduce you guys today to Miss Andrea Jones. Hello. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm glad I showed up here that day. You were, doing your thing here in the office. I'm like, that's Beverly. I got to connect with her.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because I met you before at the Gladiator event with LaDanya.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's just been a multitude of things that's been happening. So each time I see you, it's just like I said, you just have that beautiful aura about yourself. And I'm glad you were there that night too, because it was funny. You and your friend was here.
Yeah,
we're here
working.
talking about working, and it's like you just wanted to see what was going on, and we ended up just talking and having a great conversation.
Absolutely.
So by having that conversation and learning more about you at events even after that, I just want people to understand and find out who Andrea Jones is. So just tell them a little bit about you, family, and a little bit about your life.
I've been in Arizona for 8 years, originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so I'm glad I got away from the snow. And now it's like 100 degrees today. So I've been in the healthcare field for like 10 plus years. And that can be exhausting, as you can know.
Mm-hmm.
But I walked away from my job February of this year.
Wow, this year. Healthcare field, you said.
Yes.
What were you doing?
I was a care coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. And one day I fell asleep behind the wheel. And that was my wake-up call to go out and manifest and do what I was called to do.
Oh my God. So when did you wake up, like right before something happened?
So the ridges in the highway, on the
Yes.
highway, that's what woke me up,
Yes.
literally. So if it wasn't for those, then who knows?
And trust me, I can relate because I have to do an hour's drive from where I'm at, and I'm telling you, the sleep zone comes so hard and so impactful. So I have to put the windows down. So I'm just glad everything worked out well. But that's what caused you to just say...
That was my wake-up call, literally.
So how far after that did you start the job?
I put in my 2 weeks notice. I wanted to do it the proper way. So I put in my 2 weeks. Even during that 2 weeks.
You literally said, yes, I'm done.
It was a struggle.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for myself. So I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, take my son by daycare by like 7:30, make it to work by 8:30. I didn't have time to come home and like really potty train him. He's a 3-year-old and really like get him going.
Right.
Only had time to come home was to cook and sleep, shower. That was it.
That was it.
Really
and
no
you know
interaction.
What? And I'm more than sure so many people can relate to that because, becoming an entrepreneur, and like I said, it's even a matter of fact that God gives you a wake-up call and say that, you know what, enough is enough. I have a dream or vision that's inside of you and I need you to pursue it. And He will give it to you in some wacky ways. Like you said, a wake-up call right there in the middle of the highway.
Yes.
So that's incredible. So just tell us about what happened after that. You walked away from the job. So what are you doing?
So now I have a credit repair business. So I help people restore and fix their credit. And so my goal is to help 1,000 single mothers, well, like myself at the time, to become more financial literate and to educate them about the power of credit.
Absolutely.
Because when I tried to buy a house 4 years ago, That was terrible. I had the money to put down on the house, but my credit score was shot. It was a 450. Mm-hmm. And being ashamed and, you know, getting denied for something, that's a terrible feeling. Yes, it's like a kid in a candy store, you know, when they take the candy away, they tell you no.
I was like, I got the money, but what? You're telling me this?
I'm like, credit? What is that?
Keeping me away from that. Wow, yeah. 450. So can we ask what it's at now, or are you ready to say it?
I am at in the sevens.
Oh my God! So. That's all you need to say, above sevens. That's extraordinary. And how long did it take for you to get above 7?
So working on your credit, it definitely takes time and patience. It's not Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not going to get there in 2 days. But you have to build credit. You have to build history. You have to. So credit repair, it can be expensive because when you're building credit, you do have to pay to add like trade lines and everything to your credit report.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. So, hey, now you can get anything that you want, because I think you just told me you just built a home from the ground up.
And I was able to build a house from the ground up.
Exactly.
With little to no money down.
So you bought the land first, and how does that work when you're saying you're building it from the ground up?
So I sought out a realtor, and he pointed me in the right direction. He's like, hey, I know you want to live in the city, but if you can get what you want by living a little bit further. I didn't know it was going to be Florence, though.
Okay, everybody doesn't know where Florence is. Florence is about an hour and a half from Phoenix, Arizona, correct?
Yes.
Yep, going southeast, correct? Because I'm out here southeast as well in Santan Valley, so it's quite a ways to do that. But the house and building it was definitely worth it, correct?
Yes, I was living in Phoenix. I was paying $11.24 for a 1-bedroom. I was only 3 minutes away from the airport.
Wow.
But I was paying $11.24 for a 1-bedroom that was less than 700 square foot.
Wow, and that's practically what you're paying for your house now. I don't want to tell you what the rent is, what the cost is, but I'm more sure it's a lot more. How many bedrooms?
3 bedrooms. 3-car garage, 3 bathrooms.
3 bathrooms, a whole lot more. A little bit further.
A lot more space, though.
A lot more space, and now you got room for your baby to grow up, too, as far as the yard is concerned.
When we went and saw that house, and my son, he gave me a high five, and he was like, good job, Mom. I was like, oh.
Is that what you live for? Just for the kids to just tell you, like, high five, Mom, you did good?
Because I got tired of waking up and stepping on his toys. I'm like, we got to get a bigger space.
Oh, good. Well, I want to also draw some attention to some of the things that you did before, you know, about your life, you know, because I know you recently you wrote a book. Yes. And I definitely want people to understand why it was a book that you wrote and what it was about. So let us know what it's about.
Okay. So I have a book here called He Said, Don't Tell. And it's about a girl who grew up in a household, and she was sexually stalked by a relative in her family. And
sexually stalked?
Yes.
Does that mean molested too, or just sexually stalked?
This sexually stalked. So wherever he can find her, he would touch and feel on her. And her father was a cop, but she never told him until she got like in her late 20s.
Wow.
So this went on for years, and she never told anyone.
And that's what it's called?
Yes, it's called He Said, Don't Tell.
He Said, Don't Tell.
So it had to be a work of fiction so that the truth may be told.
That's incredible. So how long ago did you publish and write that?
So this book was published May 2019, but I wrote the book in 30 days.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you just like have a revelation saying this is something that I just want to just get out to the world?
I wrote for 2 hours a day while my son was asleep. That was the time that I can focus and have my me time. So I set a time, 2 hours a day, to write, because it was something I really wanted to put out. And there's so much of the stuff that goes on in families, and then it always gets swept underneath the rug.
Oh my goodness. And I'm more than sure a lot of people can relate to that. So that's really heavy. Sounds like it's a beautiful book. I'm going to have to purchase it now, because I haven't even read it yet. And you know, and it's just got to be something that's phenomenal just to be reading about. And family secrets, oh my God. How many people are living with family secrets that kind of like tear their lives away? So what do you have to say to people that, you know, are doing family secrets? What do you think should be the thing that they should address when something like that happens?
I would say tell your truth. If no one wants to listen, go to the next person. Even go to the higher ups. You never know, or even go to the police station, let them know, like, hey, this occurred. It happened X amount of years ago, but I want to know what can I do about it now.
Right. Even though the
And
father was the police officer, I guess the person was just not comfortable with doing it at that time. Everything that you're doing now as far as credit repair is concerned, is there a way that a person can reach you as far as trying to get their credit straight? Is it something that they can do anywhere in the world?
You can definitely, you want to get the right information. There's a lot of programs out there, but you want the right program. There's a lot of programs were just out there just to just take your money. But with our program, you know, you get a will and trust. You know, a lot of families don't have that. You get a debt elimination tool, so if you have any outstanding debt, you know, we're able to, once you put your finances and everything in there, it's able to let you know what you can do to pay things off faster.
Right. And I think right now, credit is just so much more important than it ever has been before. I've never seen it to the magnitude, and like I said, I saw some things happening, like I said, even when COVID was going on, you know, it's like, people still weren't saying, it's like your credit is what it is, even though you know you're going through COVID struggles and everything else. You know, they were still not trying to be as lenient as you thought they would be as far as your credit score is concerned.
No, and it's just not taught in schools. If it was taught in schools, then a lot of us would be more educated about it.
Right. And it's a simple thing to do, right? What would be like 2 things you would name just to say to help a person, you know, to get their credit straight?
I would say, like 2. 1, pull your credit report. You can get your free credit report at yourcreditreport.com. And then 2, just go over that. Anything you don't recognize, dispute those things off. You don't have to wait 7 to 10 years for something to fall off, and that's what a lot of people do. They wait 7 to 10 years, and you don't have to.
Like bankruptcies and everything else?
That's all disputable. You don't have to wait 7 to 10 years to get that off. Even medical bills, it's a violation of HIPAA. Medical bills not supposed to be on your credit report. Get them off, okay?
That's the tidbit people need to hear, you know? And that's just it. If you don't, like you said, if you just automatically assume things and you don't do your research, so knowing somebody like you that, you know, that is versed in credit, that would be the advantage, you know, of even getting in touch with you and say, hey, help me out with this. And then, of course, getting on the credit repair program as well, right?
Yes. So I have a website, www.ajrashad.com. That's AJRASHOD.com. And then, or you can text credit to 602-643-6707, and then an agent will respond back to you 24 to 40 hours.
Oh, that's great. Say that again, because we're going to post that.
602-643-6707.
Okay, then.
And the agent will get back to you.
Within 24 hours?
24 to 48 hours.
24 to 48 hours.
Yes.
Well, that's a powerful thing to do. So please, everybody know that when I always try to tie in what the guest is coming on board for, mainly, like you said, to talk about, you know, their lives and what they're doing as far as they're concerned, but mainly to emphasize to somebody, right now today we're talking about credit. That can interfere with your dream. If you're not able to get what you need, please, let's talk about how that interferes with your dream, right? If you're not able to get the credit you need, go ahead and talk. You seem like you really hit a nerve.
Yes. So, soon we're going to be opening up a beauty supply store. And so you have to have your own personal credit in place first before you can start using your business credit. So they want to see what you're looking at first before they can use anything else or go after anything else for like collateral, because they want to make sure that you can fulfill this, and you need credit for every single thing.
Everything.
A cell phone, to get a car, a house, to lease a building, you know, you need your credit for it. Even to bury somebody, you need
to checking your credit score when you're talking about burying.
Yes.
Oh my God. You're right, because that's a financial burden. If you don't have the insurance, you may have to do $2,000 or $3,000 loan just to bury somebody. So all I can say is, trust me, credit is just an important thing to do in your life, for your dreams, for your vision, for your everyday life, just to succeed. And it's amazing how many people's lives have changed, or like you said, haven't even gone forward because of credit issues. Yeah. So make sure that you guys contact Andrea. And how long have you been doing the business?
3 years.
3 years. So now you're talking about an expert that's as far as credit is concerned. Andrea, I just want to say thank you so much for joining joining me on the show today. I mean, I already knew that you would be an excellent guest to have. Thanks for explaining to everybody about credit situation is concerned, and make sure that everybody is definitely made aware of that book. And is there anything that you would like to say to the audience as far as anything inspirational to speak to them?
Yes, I would say tell your truth. The longer you don't tell your truth, you're in mental prison, and that person is still having mind control over you. So if it's something you've been waiting to get off your chest, go ahead and release it. Get those burdens off of you.
That's powerful. Listen to that. Somebody needs to hear that message. I know that. Definitely. So thank you guys for joining me on Creative Consulting Dreams Inspirational Talk Show. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys give us a couple likes for the show. And also hit the bells for alerts so that you can be alerted of various shows that's coming up in the future. I am trying to put a couple up every other week or so. So new episodes, new experiences, new people talking about some great things that hopefully can inspire someone to move towards their goals, dreams, and visions. So thank you again, Andrea, for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Beverly Brown signing out.